Hey guys. Welcome. Tonight I am sharing scary stories to tell in the dark, from film. On Halloween, 1968, in the small town of Mill Valley, Pennsylvania, three teen friends, Stella, Augie, and Chuck, pranked the bully Tommy Milner. When Tommy and his gang chased them in retaliation, the trio flees to a drive-in movie theater, where a young drifter named Ramon Morales hides them in his car. They invite Ramon to explore a local haunted house that once belonged to the wealthy Bellows family, who helped found Mill Valley. Inside, they find a book of horror stories written by Sarah Bellows, the Bellows' young daughter who was accused of witchcraft when the town's children mysteriously began to die and allegedly committed suicide. Having followed the group, Tommy locks them inside along with Ruth, Chuck's sister. They escape, and Stella takes Sarah's book. Back home, Stella flips through the book, discovering that a new story, entitled Harold, has appeared on a page that was blank moments before. Meanwhile, in a nearby cornfield, an inebriated Tommy is stalked by the titular Harold, his family's scarecrow, after it comes to life. The creature stabs him with a pitchfork, causing Tommy to vomit hay and undergo a violent transformation. Tommy is later reported missing. Stella and Ramon find Harold dressed in Tommy's clothes. Stella is convinced that Tommy has been turned into a scarecrow. That night, a new story, The Big Doe, appears with Augie as the main character. The parents have to warn him about the monster, which is inside a stew that Augie unwittingly eats. Augie disappears after the corpse drags him under his bed. Realizing they are next, the remaining friends attempt to destroy the book. When this proves impossible, they research Sarah's life in hopes of finding a solution. A new story, The Red Spot, is written. When Ruth discovers a swollen spider bite on her cheek, it explodes and releases hundreds of tiny spiders. Ruth is rescued but is traumatized. The group's investigation takes them to a local hospital, where they discover that Sarah's brother performed electroshock therapy on her as part of a cover-up operation. The family's mill had been poisoning the town's water with mercury, leading to the deaths of the town's children, and Sarah was tortured by her family for trying to reveal the truth. To avoid suspicion, they blamed her for the deed. At the hospital, Chuck is attacked by the Pale Lady, a phantom from his recurring nightmares, who absorbs him. Stella and Ramon are arrested for trespassing by Police Chief Turner, who reveals that Ramon is a Vietnam War draft dodger. Ramon reveals to Stella that it was out of fear after his brother enlisted and his dead body was returned to them in pieces. Turner's dog begins to act strangely, and Ramon realizes that the next creature will be the Jangly Man, a monster from a campfire story that frightened him as a child. The Jangly Man kills Turner by breaking his neck before attempting to kill Ramon. Ramon and Stella escape, and he lures the creature away with Turner's car while Stella goes to the Bellows house to put an end to Sarah's actions. The Jangly Man chases Ramon and ends up getting smashed against the grill of another car. Ramon gets out and runs to the Bellows house, where he hides from the Jangly Man under the floor. Meanwhile, Stella is taken back in time and hides under a table with the help of a young girl, Lulu Baptiste, but is eventually found. Living out part of Sarah's experience of the torture her family put her through, Stella confronts Sarah's ghost and promises her that she will tell the real story of Sarah's life and the truth of her innocence if she stops harming people with her stories. Stella writes down the true story in blood before she, the Jangly Man, and all of the previous monsters vanish. She writes the truth about Sarah's life in the papers to the town, keeping her promise, and Sarah moves on to the afterlife peacefully. Ramon accepts his enlistment and shares an emotional goodbye with Stella before he leaves for the war. Stella drives away with her father and a recovered Ruth, and states that she will find a way to rescue Chuck and Augie.